What is going on, New York? Welcome back to another glorious episode of
Knicks Anonymous, my friends, episode 97.
episode 97, baby. 3 more away from 100. Again, bottles will be popped. Stay tuned for that. Listen, do you hear my voice, everybody? I am hoarse, and a good portion of it is due to the fact that the Knicks are balling. I got the chain on. Look at it. I got the Flavor Flav chain on.
You must have had a good time at the game.
Listen. Oh my God. Listen, what you guys just heard. Oh, excuse the voice crack. Please listen, everybody. Listen. I came to perform today. All right. I'm not feeling well. Well, not that I'm not feeling well. My voice is hoarse, but I'm still out here performing. I must do what I must do.
Best you can, bro. That's it.
I'm here to do what I must do.
Water, do whatever you gotta do.
We are the people's voice. We are nothing
Even
without
if it's
the people.
horse.
Even though it's horse. What you guys just heard at the beginning of this episode was the roar of the Garden crowd. The Garden playoff Garden crowd. Stevie.
I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have been
Stevie.
there to experience that.
Let me tell y'all something. So when we first got there, when we got to the seats, right? They gave you a t-shirt, a towel, and like these cool ass wristbands. I don't know where I put any of that stuff at. I'm not gonna lie. I did laundry and I think I just threw it. Laundry stuff. Besides the lights, I somewhere around here, but pretty much the lights were interactive with like the music and everything that was going on. So like, let's say like a halftime performance or something like that. Like it would go to the music. And speaking of halftime performance, it was actually Fat Joe. So it was a great time. We got a free Fat Joe concert.
That's pretty cool.
That was pretty lit. Yeah, it was listen, that was the greatest experience I've ever had in the Garden. The crowd was so loud. The ground was shaking. It would cheering for everything. Like there was chants for everything, for everyone. There was chants for Obi Toppin, chants for RJ Barrett. As you heard the defense chants. I mean, the energy was just pandemonium, Stevie. I
missed out. I watched on TV though. It was great to watch.
Julian called me. And for those of you that don't know who Julian is, he's my best friend. And he was in the area outside the Garden. And he was like, yo, bro, I literally hear the crowd from outside the building.
That's great.
Let me tell you something. New York fans are the best fans on the planet. Hands down. I'm not gonna lie to you. The support, the energy, it's all there. I mean, dude, it was nothing but support in that crowd. I mean, there were people commentating every play like they were MSG broadcaster. They were pinpointing, yo, bro, like it was serious stuff going on in that building. Everybody was locked in and focused and wanted to win. It was crazy. And fun fact, I caught a t-shirt from one of the Cannons.
Oh, nice. That's what's up. That's rare.
Yeah. That is rare. I was actually just minding my own business, talking to my father, and
just landed on your lap.
No, something like my spidey sense tingled, and I kind of just looked up.
You put your hand up like that, like Dad, I got a t-shirt.
Yeah, like when I looked up, I just saw this thing just spitting at me. I was like, oh shit, and I caught it. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurt my finger a little bit. I might have to sue. Yo, no. Okay, I can't sue the Knicks. Nah, they're doing too good.
Well, Nolan has money. I'm just saying.
No, they're doing good. I can't.
But he's getting to get you some free tickets. They were selling in court for free tickets.
Come on, I need some free tickets, Dolan. That'd be dope, man. And this is also where I got this chain from. It was $20. Best $20 I ever spent. Not gonna lie to you. I'm wearing this. I wore this today. April 23rd.
You wore that outside?
Huh?
You outside with that?
No, I wore this today when I was watching the game.
Oh, I thought you said like you went outside, like to the supermarket.
I should.
I wouldn't mind. Shit, who cares? We're with it. It's a good time to walk around with it.
What y'all think, chat? What y'all think? What y'all think, Knicks Anonymous family? What y'all think? All right, so we get a little overboard here. Stevie, for those kind people that are just joining us for the first time ever, let them know where they can find us on all social media platforms.
Sure. Find us on Instagram at Knicks Anonymous. Find us on TikTok at Knicks Anonymous. Go to our website, knicksanonymous.com. You can find us on Twitter at Knicks Anonymous as well, but it's spelled with a Z. Spelled K-N-I-Z. Sorry. Knickz Anonymous. And you can find us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, and Breaker.
Nice. Dude, listen, a lot of celebrating this weekend, man. It's a great time to be a Knicks fan, man. Let's start this off positive, right? So we're gonna get into the games, obviously, but
there weren't any negatives this week.
no negatives at all, actually, to be honest. And I just want to shout out one specific person because we have been on his case for the longest.
Pretty much the whole season.
The whole season. That man would be RJ, aka Maple Mamba Barrett. Okay. Barrett is out here actually devastating and destroying. Like, Stevie, did you see this coming?
I knew he would pick it up, so I'm not too shocked in all honesty. I figured he would pick it up at home. You know, we did say he has to give us at least 15. You know, he went over that. So, yeah, I'm not too shocked in all honesty. I'm shocked at the efficiency. I'll be honest with that. He's been pretty efficient at home. So, kudos for that. You know, he's been doing everything. Bro, if you look as well, in each game this series, his points has gone up every game.
Yeah, 7, 14,
so he's getting better
19,
and better.
26.
He's getting better and better, dude. We need it. Next game, we need this, RJ, because we trying to finish them.
Dude, the Knicks take a commanding 3-1 lead. Dude, and I give props to the Cavaliers because they are making
today, not Friday. Friday we spanked them. Today they
Friday,
played pretty.
No.
Today they played pretty good ball. They were in it. They just couldn't hang with us in all honesty.
Even when they spanked us, I mean when we spanked them, that game was super hard, bro. Like we didn't start pulling away till like the third quarter. That game, bro, the first quarter ended like 12-14 or something like that. Like it was like crazy. And my dad said it like that game specifically came down to who was the one to warm up first. And I feel like that's like the main theme in this series is who's going to be the one to heat up first. Cuz I feel like once if one team heats up, the other team won't recover. You know what I mean? So how do you feel about that?
I disagree. I think it's a battle of defenses because these are two pretty good defensive teams. Statistically speaking, the Cavs were a better defense than us this past season. But if you ask me, it's only because we had a rough start in the beginning. I personally think our defenses are pretty even. So, in my opinion, it's who rotates better on defense and who gets the most stops. Of course, you have to outscore the other team to win. That's a given. You know, I'm not going to say that that's not the case. But in this particular series, I think it's who gets the most stops and who rotates on D better. Because remember, 3-point wise, haven't been doing too good. Neither team, especially today.
Shooting in general, actually, it hasn't.
It has a lot to do. It's a little bit of bad shooting and a little bit of good defense. It's a little bit of both.
So yeah, I could definitely agree to that. It's the battle of the defenses
because they've missed some open shots as well, but a lot of other shots have been contested. But that's just how I see it.
Well, in the first game, it was like that a lot. Not the first game, the first home game. Well, the first game of this, week. So for this episode, there was a lot of open shots, dude. Our rotation wasn't really the greatest in the first game. There was a lot of time, and honestly, I'm gonna have to thank the Garden Crown. I'll take full responsibility for that because after the first game, all anybody could talk about was how loud the crowd was, and how important we were to the game, and how even the Cleveland coach even said they were rattled. Like, they were asked what was going on, what was, he said they got nervous. That has a lot to do with the jungle. You know what I mean? So, I will take full responsibility for that. Knicks, you're welcome, and everybody else who was there. But I do like the fact that they were able to. Brunson was able to come in clutch at the right times because Brunson has been asleep, even though his numbers say otherwise. He's averaging 24 right now in the playoffs, but it's not efficient at all. Brunson has been struggling, along with Randall.
Oh, definitely Randall, bro. Especially Randall. What's saving him though is he's doing everything else at least decent. So he's still having an effect on the game. He's just not hitting his shots. And I don't think that's gonna last forever. Eventually he's gonna get hot and start hitting his shots. Same thing with Quickly. Bro, think of it like this. We're up 3-1. And we're not playing our best basketball. At all. I'm not saying we're playing terrible basketball. We're playing decent ball, but it's not our best.
And dominating.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't see why we can't finish them this next game. And I'm probably moving far ahead because we're gonna discuss what happened this week a little further, I assume. But in all honesty, dude, I don't see why we can't. We have their number. We seem to match again. We match up with them perfectly. I guess the only thing that's gonna determine the next game would be their home because we're in Cleveland next game. Am I right?
Yeah.
So I would assume the crowd will be the X factor in that game because that's how they took control when they blew us out that one game. The crowd got into it.
So that means we need to shut everybody out. We need to make sure. We need to start fast. We need to come out.
We got to go in there. It's gonna be an old school reference, but even you know it. We have to go in there in some Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator mode, destroy everything.
I actually don't know the one. The only one I know is the "I'll be back" one. That's the only one.
Terminator.
Yeah.
We gotta go in that mode. I'll be back. But then we're not gonna be back because we're gonna close the series.
That's true. Well, Knicks fans are crazy. They really want them to lose so they can win in New York. Like,
oh nah, I want to close it. I want to close it in Cleveland, bro. That makes a statement.
I want to close it. Period. Forget the statement. I almost cursed. I had to catch myself there. Forget.
I want to close it in Cleveland, bro. The faster, the better. Let the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat work to see who plays us.
Yeah, and while we're resting and chilling, and dude, we can't. And bro, the Cleveland is not a team you play around with. Like, we're up 3-1, but
they're still good. Don't sleep.
We cannot play with our food, my friend. Like, they will whip our ass if we let them. Like,
they don't suck, dude. Like, yeah, we got their numbers so far, but the Cavs don't suck. They still have Donovan Mitchell. They still have a good defense. Like, it's not like we blew them out today. We just, because they were still in it in the end. We just, made the plays to seal the deal.
In fact, we blew like a 15-point lead, and
yeah, they took a 3-point lead at one point, right?
Yeah, they took the lead.
So yeah, like, don't sleep, man. We got to close them out.
But who came at the end, like, at the same time, literally like the first game? Jalen Brunson. I mean,
and Josh Hart. Josh Hart came up big in the end, especially with the offensive rebounds.
Yes. So I have a few players of mine, Stevie, that I feel like are pivotal to our success so far without Julius Randle, because I feel like that's the biggest story of this series right now. Like, we're doing so well and there's no Julius Randle.
Quickly, super quiet, bro. Super quiet.
It's not scary, but it's just concerning. So, and no, I'm not hopping on the trade wagon. I'm not.
No. I'm just telling you what it is.
No. I'm because you know that's coming, Stevie. At some point, you
guys are trying to say the trade quickly. No, nobody said that, bro. Before you even go there.
Yeah. And the fact that you put that voice on reminded me of a very special somebody that I have to talk about because
you guys hate quickly.
No, yeah. So we're gonna talk. Actually, matter of fact, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, I don't even talk about that guy, but go ahead.
Bro, today, game 4. Okay, I want to be specific here. Stephen A. Smith at halftime was he gave his halftime report, and pretty much he was not happy with Julius Randle's performance, obviously, but he was just going off. Like, he was just saying some like real disrespectful like just things. And Jalen Rose was like, oh no, he was just scared that the Knicks were gonna lose this game and like, lose control and just be typical Knicks stuff. You know what I mean? And Jalen Rose was like, "Yo, I'm gonna stop you right there, my friend, and I'm gonna tell you you're wrong because your Knicks are gonna win this series in 5." And he was just going off and off and off. And I'm like, yo, it's crazy how Jalen Rose, the non-Knick fan, is the one defending the Knicks and not Stephen A. Smith, the Knick fan.
Well, as far as ESPN goes, Jalen Rose is one of the better reporters. He's a little more, even though he's not a Knicks fan, he's a little more. From what I see, Jalen Rose is a little more lenient with his opinion, so he's a little more real than Stephen A. Smith. Way more real than Stephen A. Smith. Jalen Rose at least looks at things in an analytical way. Stephen A. just rants.
Yeah, on nothing, pretty much. So okay, so I have a few people in mind, Stevie, that I feel like were
I do as well.
pivotal. Okay,
I have two, as a matter of fact. I don't know how many you got, but I got two who stuck out, especially today.
I have about iHeart. Okay, I got a couple. It's not
iHeart's one of mine, so yeah, that's gonna be fun to talk about. He's one of mine.
So okay, so let's start there. Let's start with iHeart. What do you feel like? How do you feel? Because it's funny that we thought about this and we brought it up. So, how do you feel, or what do you think iHeart is bringing to the table that is changing the dynamic of this series, and why he's like one of the most pivotal pieces right now?
He's basically doing what he did with the Clippers last year. He's showing he's a playoff performer. He's a good role player. He was making key defensive plays, making good passes, setting picks, doing all the things a role player should do. And he wasn't making stupid decisions, you know what I mean, with the ball. So he's doing exactly what we expected him, what we signed him for. At one point, everybody wanted to trade him because everybody was saying, he's slow-footed and he's not gonna get better and all that. But I kept telling everybody, bro, you can't fix his slow-footedness, but the effort is there. As long as the effort's there, he can only get better. And look what happened. You know what I mean? I compared him to Cancer at one point when I said that. Because Enes Cancer was the same way. Real slow-footed, but he would usually make plays because the effort was there. But the difference between him and iHeart is I think defensively, iHeart could read the plays better than Enes Cancer could and read the floor better, which is why he's a pretty decent passer. So as far as he goes, he's just doing what he was signed up to do. He's another one. I'm not too shocked, but he's been pivotal, bro, especially today. He made a lot of nice plays today, bro, and a lot of dope highlight blocks.
Yeah, so
you actually, I think, matter of fact, it was two. Let me not say a few. It was two highlight blocks today. One and they were both on Duncan stamps, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So he's actually our main piece in breaking the zone. Without iHeart, I think this series is 1-3, honestly, in my honest opinion. And yes, it's that serious because if it's not iHeart, we would have Jericho Sims. Just 'cause I don't know who else we would have if it wasn't for iHeart. It would just be Mitch and Sims. You have two players that are not dynamic whatsoever because we already know Mitch clogs up the paint, and that's also a reason that's a big factor as to why Julius Randle really isn't playing that well, is because when the starters are in, they're mainly playing the paint, and Randle's kind of falling into the slump with the three, like live by the three, die by the three kind of thing. And every time he goes to the bucket, he's getting triple teamed that they're throwing people at him, like, you know what I mean? So the coach is out there guarding him at some points, like so when iHeart is in, Tom Thibodeau has him flash free throw line extension every time. And what happens is that forces Jared Allen to come up out the paint and let RJ go baseline. And once RJ goes baseline, once Jared Allen goes to help, RJ comes around Jared Allen, passes right off to iHeart. iHeart does his floater, zone broken.
I like that little floater. I heard makes it look pretty.
Zone broken.
I'm convinced.
So
I'm convinced Derrick Rose taught him that.
probably, I hope he did.
Like convinced
Wherever
Derrick Rose taught him that.
wherever he got it from, thank God he got it. So yeah, and I genuinely like the fact that if you see iHeart now versus iHeart when we first got him, they are two completely different players.
He knows his role now.
Yes, iHeart was a stretch 4 or 5 /4 or 5. Now he's a traditional big man. He's posting. He does post moves now. I don't know if anybody noticed. I hope y'all did. He's in the post, calling for the ball, doing post moves, putting the ball on the floor, and going up strong at the basket. Like a
And they use
tradition,
him as a passer on the top of the key, which he's pretty good at.
which is how you break a zone. You got to pass out the zone. And some of these guys are making tough, tough plays, tough shots, and iHeart is the catalyst for that, at least to break the zone. So next player on my list is RJ Barrett.
Oh yeah, also on my list.
Stevie, take the floor to
But
RJ Barrett.
obvious reasons, he started off slow in the beginning. Everybody soured on him, saying he needed to be better or he could be the reason we potentially lose this series. And in game 3, for the opening game at the Garden, well, the opening game for the playoffs at the Garden, first quarter, he seemed to be the only one wanting to hit shots. He set the pace offensively compared to how he set the pace defensively in game 1. So,
Yeah,
kudos for that. He also played pretty decent defense as well. I love the aggressiveness, on the offensive end, but you got to give kudos for the defense as well. He contributed on that end. I'm just glad he got his confidence. We're not saying he lost his confidence. Can't say that because RJ Barrett's a pretty confident guy. And I say that to say this. RJ Barrett's a confident guy because he didn't listen to the feds. He kept shooting threes whether we wanted him to or not. And they started going
AKA
in.
LJ.
Yep.
Fucking tired of me.
You can single yourself out and be honest, cool, respectable, but it wasn't the only one. I would say about 70% of the fan base, including myself, wanted him to stop shooting. I wanted him to drive more. I still want him to drive more, but I guess
He is also one of because he's hitting those threes. That is also a reason why the zone is no longer working for the Cavs. Because the Cavs' problem is they're trying to play the Knicks as if we're the old Knicks. We are no longer the old Knicks Cavaliers. So that zone game plan is gonna run y'all right out the series. So keep doing it. Actually, so you do what y'all do, Cleveland.
and we dead ass down playing the fact that we shut down Donovan Mitchell today.
Donovan Mitchell. Listen, we're gonna
wait. I gotta get.
Hold
his
on,
numbers
wait.
up.
You're
Excuse
jumping,
me.
Stevie. You're
Sorry.
jumping the gun, man.
I'm sorry. I'm just hyped about that, bro.
We're
Like
going to get there.
RJ had something to do with that. Is what I'm saying.
Bangers. There you go. He's def and
We're talking
Garland.
about RJ. I was jumping ahead. I saved this by saying RJ helped with that. So we're still
There you
on
go.
RJ.
Yes. So RJ for me, I would have to give props more to his mental state. Like Stevie said, a young player getting a lot of criticism from one of the most toughest
Toxic.
news
You can call us that.
news outlet, media, whatever you want to call it, toxic, like Stevie said, whatever you want to call it. And he's taking all that head on at the age of 22, 23.
Still 22?
And 22. And
Yep. Keep that in mind, Knicks fans. He's still 22.
yes, and fun fact, I had a talk with some fans. So when we went to game 3, we stopped at Chick-fil-A. Shout out Chick-fil-A, please sponsor Knicks Anonymous. Oh my God, please, Chick-fil-A, please.
I got the app and a lot of points.
Chick-fil-A, please sponsor Knicks Anonymous, please. I'm writing an email today, Stevie. I'm writing an email tonight.
I hope they do sponsor us. I could use some free nuggets.
Oh my goodness. Oh, dude. Shout out to Chick-fil-A. But
And the milkshakes. Underrated.
no. They're rated. They're good. They're just fine.
They're rated. I hear you.
They're just fine. So a guy was telling he was like kind of barking on RJ like when we were eating, and we brought up that point to him like, yo, we got like we also got to give him time, and the guy was like, yo, how much more time can we give him? Like how I was saying before, and we were like, yo, dude, 22 years old. I mean, he got drafted when he was like 18. So he's basically playing college. What he would be playing in college is what he's playing now, but it just against the best of the best. And
It's a good way to look at it.
yeah, so RJ, listen. I'm sorry. I'll eat my words. I apologize. Listen, you do what you do, man. RJ, you Maple Mamba Squad, Mamba Mob, whatever you want to call it. We here for it. I'm down for it. The Canadian bacon.
I still say he has to cut down on the threes and drive more, but yeah, I agree. Keep doing what you're doing.
RJ is one of the main reasons as to why we're actually not losing this series too. Because Julius Randle is struggling. We need somebody else to help Brunson because Brunson's kind of struggling, even though he's doing what he's doing. And we needed RJ to come. I said it. We need RJ is essential to this team. As much as I didn't like RJ, I just know how essential he is to this team because of this reason. He's showing us why he's actually essential. And
yeah, we're a much better team when he's good. We're a much
for
better
those of you
team.
who are just wondering what his average is for this season so far, or for this playoff series, it's 7. Well, I'll round it off: 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and almost a block.
That's Barrett, really?
And no turnovers. Well,
RJ Barrett?
0.8 turnovers. That is RJ Barrett, yes.
That's not bad.
That's great. That's
Not
great,
bad.
especially from, and his field goal percentage, he's 41%, 42%.
About his season average. He still got to bring that up.
And I'm not even gonna say his 3-point percentage because that will
I know.
That will ruin the whole argument.
We can skip it.
I'll look past that. So okay, my next and final player would have to be Josh Hart.
Oh, we picked the same 3 players. How about that?
Yes. I was gonna pick Jalen Brunson, but
he's a star. You know what I mean?
Yes, but like he hasn't been being star material lately. He's getting there. Today was game 4. Today was definitely, he did the little mask thing. He does a little celebration. He's feeling it.
You know what I think that's from? I
What?
I was telling Eddie that. You know the movie Suck. You ever seen Suicide Squad?
Yes.
They
Oh,
had
the Joker.
and he had the tattoo with the mouth, and he kept doing that.
Maybe.
I was thinking that's what he was doing. I mean, it could be, but then again, like I said, the movie sucked, so I doubt, unless he liked it. If you like what you like.
I mean, dude, regardless of where you got it from, I think it's the coolest thing in the NBA right now. This is dope. Like, when
Yeah, because everybody keeps saying that. They asked him at the end, "What is that?" And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I think it's that though. If I had to take a guess, I think it's that.
That's great. Josh Hart has been, and I'm gonna say something this is for Eddie. This is for Eddie. You ready for this, Stevie?
I think I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead, though.
Oh yeah. I believe after game 4, after what I saw Josh Hart do, I think he needs that starting spot over Grimes.
You talking about going forward for the playoffs or going forward permanently?
Going from permanently. I feel like you have to keep Grimes in this rotation because we've already cemented that for this entire season. So it would kind of be like a drastic change almost to kind of just change it now. So we would have to let it play out. But I feel like at some point down the line, we just start transitioning Hart into that lineup. Now, I'm not gonna say we're not losing with Grimes, so we're not, but then again, it's like he's almost getting carried. His defense is the only thing that's saving him. The thing with Hart is he'll give you defense and offense. So I get that.
And rebounding.
And rebounding.
So yeah. I could see why you would say that, but I kind of like him coming off the bench better. I don't think Quentin Grimes would bring that same grit and grind that Josh Hart brings. Because remember, like we said, Grimes is mostly a defender and a spot up shooter. Josh Hart is a defender, spot up shooter, rebounder, and passer. I'd much rather have that spark off the bench than starting. Because as I said, I don't think Grimes would have the same effect off the bench as he does starting. You would need Grimes to start basically to set the tone for the defense, at least in the backcourt. Not to say Josh Hart can't do it, because he's also a good defender. Don't get it twisted. But I think he'd be better suited coming off the bench.
No, I'm just starting crap here because I gotta say something counter. Views. You know how it goes, TV. We need the
No, I
algorithm
dig,
on
I
our
dig,
side.
I dig,
But
but like
but something in me
I
still.
put it to you like this
I
though.
do believe that though. I'm not gonna
No, I
lie.
was gonna
Like
say this, peep it. I don't think that's the direction they should go. But if they did go that direction, I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Hart starting. I mean, he did pretty good today. I wouldn't be like, God damn it. Oh, you got to start Grimes. I wouldn't start the petition and bring out the torches. Nah, it's what's best for the team.
yeah,
I think,
and
I think, I think for now is if depending on Grimes' health status, because I don't know what happened today and why he was out or how long he's gonna be out. If you have to start Hart, then obviously you do start him. But going forward, when everything's put together, depending on what the roster looks like next year, I like Josh Hart off the bench.
I need to see IQ and Deuce more, man. I love seeing that. I love seeing that duo.
That's
I need
true.
to.
That's true too. I can't lie. That would be the benefit of starting Josh Hart. You get that.
You get
So
Deuce
yeah, you get Deuce.
and
So
Grimes
yeah.
would just
So
disappear
this
from the
is like
wind.
a win-win situation if you really think about it. Because
No, we have a good problem.
Because you can argue one way or argue the other, and there's benefits for both. There's not really any cons to it. The only con I see to it is one sets the tone off the bench better than the other, and that's about it.
It's a good problem to have. It's like good debt. There's bad debt and good debt. We are in good debt right now. Um, so Josh Hart, like Stevie said, I feel like his presence, his hustle, and his rebounding specifically is what's
Yeah, bro.
helping us.
I knew he
Because
was a good
because
rebounder, bro, but he's real good.
because if you
He's a
look at
real good
if you look at
rebounder.
Cleveland's backcourt compared to our no front court compared to ours, we're undersized. So we're gonna need all hands on deck because I going into this series, I thought that the boards were gonna be our biggest problem. It's not. It's our biggest actually asset.
I said the same thing. I was wrong about that.
So because I was scared of Jared Allen. I thought Jared Allen, but because everybody is such a good rebounder, you got Randall, big body Randall.
I was scared of Mobley because he was more athletic than Randall. That's the only reason why.
But Randall is stronger.
Yes, I said that as well. I was like, I said Mobley has the athleticism over Randall, but Randall has the strength. I did say
And
that.
I think strength is beating agility because you're not gonna want to get hit by him. You're not gonna want to press him. And Randall set that tone early. He's throwing elbows. Not everybody wants to get hit like that. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Not everybody wants to go against a player like Randall. So I feel like a lot of the stuff, because it is a very physical game. They're letting us play our ball. So like everyone wanted the '90s Knicks. This series is very '90s like, very very '90s like with the calls,
Especially if you look at the final scores. They're really,
the
really
final
low.
scores. And specifically the calls though, like it's a little inconsistent. I agree, but I see the point. I see the way they want the game to be flowed. Like they're not bailing anybody out. You're not getting bailed out, and that's fine. It's hard when it's against you. I get it, but it's the playoffs. We're not gonna give you any freebies. We're not gonna give you any bailouts, and if you really want to think about it, I wouldn't really complain as a Knicks fan because that's who we are. We're a team that likes to beat ass on defense. So this actually works in our favor. And it is. It's showing. We're up 3-1. So, that could work both ways. Now, I hope it could go like that, moving forward with that consistency of the calls, because if it does, the odds look pretty good for us defensively. We're a very physical team.
Yeah. Let's see what happens the next game in Cleveland, bro. Hopefully you'll know the fix is in if Tony Brothers is ref. And we're most likely going to be on TNT, right?
Probably. So Reggie Miller.
Yep. Pay attention, y'all.
Everyone's favorite.
Yep. Pay attention. The fix will be in. Because you notice they don't get like Marv Albert or nobody, right? They get Reggie, or if they get Richard Jefferson.
Or Mike Breen.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like what? Pay attention, y'all. I be seeing what the NBA doing.
I don't.
I might be
listen,
tripping.
man.
I might be reaching.
I think
the
the Knicks might be the zeros and the ones, man, because there was in the third game, I felt like they tried to fix it a little bit, but the Knicks just kept cooking. They kept stopping them and making the right plays that the refs just kind of fell back on it on the game plan, whatever game plan they had, you know.
Nah, this ain't
So
working, y'all. We gonna have to chill. They're playing pretty good. we didn't expect this.
no. Well, yes and no.
Not
Yes
about
and no.
them. I expected it.
Oh, yeah. Everyone, yeah. No. They were asleep. We was awake. We was wide awake. I'm wide awake.
Dude, I called it. I said Knicks is 6. I might be wrong. It might be Knicks in 5. If in the perfect world.
I think 5. I think 5, Stevie. I'm going with 5. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope so, man. But what's scary, bro, is like Donovan Mitchell is very capable of putting up 50 and taking over the game by himself. He's very capable of that.
So okay, while you're on Donovan Mitchell, let's stay there, right? So I feel like the biggest key in these games is the fact that we're able to force their weapon. So okay, LeVert is an animal.
Yeah, I like Caris LeVert.
Caris LeVert is a beast. He's an exception to this problem. He is just out there balling. I'm not gonna lie to you. Which is fine because it's important. Well, it's not fine, but it's important that we keep Donovan Mitchell in check because we don't want all 3 of them, everybody else to go off. So what's happening is we're forcing one person that we're forcing their hand. So only one person's allowed to pop off at a time instead of everybody at the same time. Like how we are. Everybody's popping off at the same time. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Garland pops off here, slows down, and then we slow him down, and then Donovan Mitchell tries to pop off, and he couldn't. And speaking of Donovan Mitchell, in Game 3, there's actually a clip of him arguing with his team and his coaches, and he was stressed. He was feeling the pressure for sure. So shout out here, hold that L, Donovan Mitchell, hold that. So we're taking them out their element. We're winning the coaching game. Shout out to Tibbs. That's a fact. Actually, I want to put one more person on my list. I want to put Tibbs up there. Tibbs has been eating at coaching, man. He's been making the right substitutions. He's been making the right calls, how to break down certain defenses. And you called it, Stevie. You said it's playoff Tibbs, and you believe that playoff Tibbs is going to do what playoff Tibbs does.
Absolutely. He's going to outcoach Bickerstaff, bro. No disrespect to Bickerstaff. He's a pretty good coach. And, it's worth knowing, he gets that from his father. His father was a decent coach too. But, let's just call it what it is. You're getting outcoached.
GG's. Stay enraged. Subscribe about it.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. But, dude, I can't. Bro, I'm just too excited, man. I don't know.
Twitter was hyped about it too. Somebody on Twitter put, I forgot who put it, but somebody on Twitter put, yo, did I just see Tibbs make coaching adjustments after something went wrong? I was like, yes, you did.
Yes, you did. You sure did, my friend. And we saw a Rose sighting on Game 3, which is fucking fantastic. I could throw it in there.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. I can't lie, bro. That was kind of cool. I caught the feels with that one.
Dude, that was amazing.
But at first, I was like, what's the crowd saying? I didn't hear what they were saying. And then I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, they better put him in.
Derrick Rose. So, dude, listen, the main key in all this is the defense and the teamwork. We're winning as a team, and we're playing defense. We're like I said, we're holding the pop-offs. Like Garland popped off today, but he popped off too late. You see, our defense is doing what it's doing. It's delaying
It's limiting Garland's creation, which I said is big key to this series.
Exactly.
Because think about it. What happened when that one game we got blown out? Who created the most? Garland. I mean, Mitchell was creating too, but he was creating dishing only because Garland was scoring. So, we've limited that.
How do you feel about Jalen Brunson's defense? Because they were actually cutting his ass on ESPN today, which I was actually cutting his ass with them.
I wasn't cutting his ass, but I was saying, yo, I don't want him guarding Darius Garland.
I mean, it wasn't even defense.
I didn't want that.
He was literally just giving him the lane. Even Van Gundy said he was like, yo, that's horrible. He's like, what is that? Like, he said, that's horrible defense. Like you're pretty much just giving him a lane, and you're not giving no tension, no pressure, and that leaves no room for the bigs to help because he's going straight to the lane, so there's no time to help.
All I know is I've said a few times today. I caught myself saying, "Yo, please get him off Garland. Please get him off him. Switch up now." And every time I said that, Garland scored.
That's how it's gonna work. That's how it's gonna work this whole series, and that's the only thing that's scary. So okay, so moving forward, what I was gonna get into was what do you think the Knicks need to do to solidify this Game 5 victory?
Keep limiting Garland's creation, especially with assists, bro. Do not let if he starts creating and finding people, especially if you have a hot Donovan Mitchell, that's gonna be a problem. So we have to limit Darius Garland's creation. I'd rather Donovan Mitchell drop 40 than have Darius Garland have 10, 12 assists.
Yes, because I do believe Donovan Mitchell's an empty stat line. I do believe that
At this point,
wholeheartedly.
yes. In this series right now, I could agree with that. I'm not saying it'll stay that way because, as I said, next game he's a superstar, very capable of going off and winning the game by himself. But as of now, definitely an empty stat.
Yeah, Garland's definitely the main piece in this puzzle for the Cavaliers. And if we continue to throw, and I've noticed we started to throw a little bit more doubles at Garland to get the ball out of his hand, which is smart, Tibbs. And as for our offense, I'm gonna need Julius Randle to wake up a little bit. I'm gonna need him to take control and lead this and take us to the promised land. You are the leader of this team, my friend.
I can't believe I'm going to say this about him because he's averaged 25 this year, but I need at least 15. Give me 15 and 8 rebounds, Julius. We can win
Efficiently.
this game.
Efficiently.
Yes.
And stop with the turnovers. No turnovers.
Yeah, he's
You're
been
averaging.
killing with the. And when I say killing with the turnovers, I don't mean that in a good way. He's been killing with the turnovers.
He's
Too
been
many.
doing. He's been doing the okay.
Yeah.
You can't do the okay, Randall. And I'm not gonna beast on Randall. I'm gonna give him that leeway because even though he's still doing bad, he hasn't done what I said he might do. He hasn't checked out. No matter what he's shooting, no matter what's going on the floor, he has never checked out.
Yeah, he,
So
he, he seems like he wants to be there, which is
he's
cool.
he's focused. And like you said last episode, he knows what's at stake right now. Very important for the organization, very important for the fan base. You can feel it in the air. You can feel the tension. And listen, Knicks are back, baby. The Knicks are back. And KD, let me tell you something. Do you not regret not coming to the Knicks?
I think Donovan Mitchell regrets not being here, bro. He heard that Garden crowd. I was like, wow, I'm missing this.
Oh no, no, yeah, yeah, no, no. He's mad. He's enraged. But at the end of the day, it wasn't his choice really. So
Oh yeah. Of course, of course. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying he knows he missed out. He knows he did deep down.
oh no, 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 not deep down. He knows. It's so obvious.
I mean, he has a good thing going on over there, but
It's
it's a
not
good
as good
chance.
as this.
It's a good chance they're not gonna beat us.
It's not as good as this, sir.
Exactly.
It's not,
Exactly.
it's not as good as this. What color is the sky? Orange and blue, baby. Come
Yes, sir. Yes,
on.
sir.
Come on. New York, stand up. New York, stand up. Nah, I'm hype. I'm not gonna lie. I'm dumb hype. I'm so hype. And if we win the series, we play whoever wins Bucks and Miami. And
And
Giannis
again,
is
Miami's
hurt.
winning 2-1.
And Giannis is hurt. So listen, listen, next to the chip. I'm saying it right here, right now, next to the chip. I'm sorry.
When is their next game, by the way? Hold on.
I believe it's
Check.
Tuesday.
Not ours. I'm talking about theirs.
Tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to watch that game.
Tomorrow. If the Heat go up three, what is it 2-1 right now?
Yep.
Yeah, if the Heat go up 3-1 and then we win, oh my goodness.
I'll be watching that game tomorrow. I'm gonna keep an eye on that.
We might have to go to Miami, catch a game. That'd gonna be bread though. But I'm so down. Dude, listen, the stars are aligning, New York. I don't know how fast or how slow it's gonna align, but if you really look at the picture very closely, there's something there. There's a possibility unfolding for us, and all the Knicks have to do is just
Keep playing
take
ball.
take advantage of the situation and just keep playing ball. That's it. That's all they got to do, and we can easily find ourselves in an Eastern Conference Final situation.
Who saw that coming? I didn't even see that coming. If it happens, of course.
It's just everything's best case scenario right now for the Knicks. That's all we're saying. Everything is aligning for us. Um, We did not want the Bucks, and here we are. Miami's whipping the Bucks' ass, and it's great. It's good, and I'm like Stevie. I'm gonna go and watch tomorrow's game, and I'm gonna cheer my ass off for Miami. I'm gonna become a Miami fan for 2 hours.
It's gonna be
So
weird. But I'm not cheering. You know what it is? I'm not cheering for Miami. I just want to see what we might be going up against. No matter no matter which team wins.
I heard Kevin Love is wilding over there. I heard Kevin Love is going crazy.
Yeah, he's playing pretty good ball in Miami. He's doing good.
No, like in this playoff series, like he's the reason.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
I haven't really been paying attention to the Miami series, honestly.
He's the catalyst.
I've been watching the Golden State series. That's the series to watch, bro. Bro. I don't know if you
series to
the
watch.
game today.
No,
that went down to the wire, bro. That was a great game. And Keegan Murray's life. Shout out to Keegan Murray.
Who won?
Man. Sacramento Kings came off with him as a draft pick. The Golden State one. I think they won by one.
Oh, Golden State. Okay.
So they tied 2-2 now.
Ooh.
Yeah, they going at it, bro. It's a good series.
So look, Kevin Love is he's averaging 16 points. No, he's averaging 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal.
Bench, right?
Yeah. So apparently he plays big minutes. So
well, he has playoff experience.
That's Kevin Love for you. I'm not surprised at all, to be honest. But if you asked me, LJ, who did you want to play, the Bucks or Miami, I would look at you right in the face and I'll gladly say Miami.
Of course. I'd avoid the Bucks. I don't think we could beat the Bucks. No, we could beat them without Giannis. It'd be hard.
It's Drew Holiday I'm worried about, really. It's not really Giannis I'm worried about.
Oh, yeah, bro. He's going to kill us, bro.
He's going to kill Brunson, I'll tell you that much. He's going to murder
Giannis
him.
is going to kill us, bro.
Him too.
He's going to kill us. He's too much for Randall.
I can't
deny. I mean, Randall will put up numbers, though. It's not like he'll stay
tall,
quiet.
too. Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez. You got Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez.
Bobby Lopez is in the Cavs, I think.
Bro, Middleton, Brook,
Drew Holiday, Gracie. They got Grayson Allen,
Portis.
They got a squad over there,
dude. They're a bunch of trees over there, bro. That's crazy. So listen, New York, stand up, stand the F up, New York. The Knicks are 1 game away from reaching the second round in 10 years. A lot of things happening from 10 years ago. So this is all what would you say, a revelation?
Nah, I'm not shocked. I predicted we would go to the second round.
So no revelation. This is just soak it in, and well, it could be a revelation for some people. For most people, probably. Most Knicks fans. Because you know how negative we are. So listen, enjoy it, soak it in, marinate in it, bask in all of its glory, because RJ Barrett if RJ Barrett plays like this, I don't see why we don't go any further than this, we go further than the second round. The chip thing I said was kind of a joke, not really. I was kind of serious, but not really. But I am. So you take that as you must. Stevie, any last words?
Finish them.
That's nice. I'm LJ.
Stevie in the building.
We are Knicks Anonymous. We are the people's voice.
We are nothing without you, the Knicks fan, lovely people.
Let's go Knicks, baby.
One love.